WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 is a professional wrestling video game developed by Yuke and published by THQ for the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, Wii, and Xbox 360 systems. It is the seventh game in the WWE SmackDown vs. Raw series and the final game under the SmackDown vs. Raw name, with future installments simply being named WWE, hence, it is the final installation of the SmackDown vs. Raw series. It is the sequel to WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 and succeeded by WWE 12. It is also the last installment for the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation Portable platforms. It was released on October 26, 2010 in North America, October 28, 2010 in Australia and October 29, 2010 in Europe. The game is based on the two brands of WWE, Raw and SmackDown. A demo version of the game was released in Japan on Xbox 360 in early February 2011. Gameplay. One of the main changes in the game is the incorporation of a new physics system that allows objects to be used more realistically, such as objects involved in the tables, ladders, and chairs match. Tables now break differently depending on the impact placed upon them. Inside and outside the ring, ladders can now be rested onto the ring ropes and be broken in half. For the first time since the original WWE SmackDown vs. Raw game, chairs can be thrown at the player's opponents. The Hell in a Cell match was revamped with expanded cell walls, weapons underneath the ring, steel steps near the poles, and the removal of the cell door. In addition, new ways to exit the cell were introduced, such as barreling through the cage wall. This game was also the last to feature Batista, Matt Hardy and Shawn Michaels as non-legends or unlockables until the release later installments of the game. Game modes. WWE Universe. The game's new WWE Universe builds storylines, and integrates cutscenes and rivalries between wrestlers based on the matches that are wrestled. These cutscenes appear randomly before, during, and after the match. The game features more than 100 cutscenes to push storylines, which can revolve around alliances, rivalries and titles, forward. The game reacts to the player's actions and depending on the goal of the player's superstar, original or created, puts them in one of, or several, the top 10 contenders lists for a specific title. However, one can only get into the contendership list depending on their rivalries, alliances, match types and most importantly, win-loss ratio. Road to WrestleMania. Road to WrestleMania mode has been modified to include new features such as backstage roaming, mini-quests, and further interaction with other superstars. Playable storylines involve Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Christian, and Chris Jericho. Along with that is the new storyline in which players choose Kofi Kingston, John Morrison, Dolph Ziggler, R-Truth, or a created superstar in a quest to end The Undertaker's undefeated WrestleMania streak. Like previous iterations, the game features several storylines starting during the card leading to the Royal Rumble, a time period dubbed the Road to WrestleMania. Create modes. The Create a Superstar mode now includes preloaded attribute points for created superstars, while in Create a Finisher mode, a new finisher position is the corner, in which finishes can be created in corner position. Also attributes such as speed and trajectory can now be modified by single increments rather than 25% increments. The number of available created finishes has been expanded to 130 as well. Online mode also returns €1. Each new copy of the game contains an online pass allowing one user to play the game online for free. Players who rent or purchase the game used will obtain a trial of online pass. A new feature called Match Creator allows players to create new match types. In addition, Story Designer mode now has new cutscenes, usable sound clips from announcers and wrestler entrance music, support for up to 15 created superstars, branching story paths depending on which character won the match and the ability to include championship belts in cutscenes and event triggers based on a wrestler reaching a certain state. Development. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 was first announced along with WWE All-Stars at E3 in June 2010 by THQ. A playable demo was featured at E3 with Randy Orton, The Undertaker and The Miz as playable characters. It is the first game in the series since WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 not to be released for the Nintendo DS. Special editions of the game featuring The Undertaker, Bret Hart and Randy Orton were released, each offering exclusive in-game content, an art book and DVD relating to each wrestler. Various retailers offered in-game bonuses to those who pre-ordered the game, including a playable Bret Hart, The Undertaker's alternate Ministry of Darkness attire, 3 alternate outfits for Randy Orton and the WWE tribute to the Troops Arena. 3 downloadable content packs have been confirmed. The first pack, Online Access, was available at release and adds playable character Chris Masters, Halloween-themed attires for Kelly Kelly and Rey Mysterio, and online multiplayer mode. The second pack was released in North America and United Kingdom on December 21, 2010. This pack contains the playable characters British Bulldog, Lex Luger, Layla and Nexus members Wade Barrett, David Otunga, and Justin Gabriel, along with alternate attires for Shad Gaspard and Shawn Michaels and the NXT Arena. The third pack includes alternate attires for John Cena, The Undertaker, Sheamus and CM Punk, as well as the WCW Nitro Arena. THQ has offered players a package deal called Fan Access to purchase the last 2 content packs beforehand. On January 25, 2011, Bret Hart was made available as a downloadable character for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions. He had previously been excluded from THQ's Fan Access package. Reception: Greg Miller of IGN gave the PS3 and Xbox 360 version of the game an 8 out of 10. He praised the game's universe mode and the wrestler animations, but criticized the limitations of Road to WrestleMania mode and the inaccurate commentary. In addition, he stated that the grappling system could be frustrating at times. Miller gave the Wii version of the game a 7.5 out of 10, however. He mentioned the same criticisms from the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions, but also criticized the graphics. GameSpot's Chris Waters rated the Xbox 360 version a 7 out of 10, lauding the game's customization options, while finding fault with the game's collision detection and the lag during online multiplayer games. He also claimed that the series was starting to show its age. GameZone's William Haley criticized the game for not progressing much beyond its predecessors, claiming that the game targeted the lowest common denominator. He called the WWE Universe feature, online multiplayer mode and creation tools compelling, but also wrote that the foundation upon which they are built is so decrepit that it completely invalidates the meager value this game has to offer. References. External links.